Hi, welcome to the galley. In the galley today, we're making some very super easy. I can't believe how easy it is to make your own homemade Dijon mustard. Now, this is one that I made a few days ago. It's been in my fermentation jar, and I'm getting ready to decant it. And I thought it was a perfect time to get another one started. Now, this particular Dijon mustard uses ground mustard. You can make Dijon with the whole mustard seeds. This is just so much easier. Now, this bag of mustard is 8 ounces. It costs like $7. It is a whole lot of mustard powder. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with 1/2 cup dry mustard powder right into my jar here. Next, I'm going to do a 1/3 cup of wine. Now, this is a Moscato. I think somebody left it on the boat, but it was upstairs in the refrigerator, so that's what I'm using. Champagne, beer, apple juice, you know, a 1/3 cup liquid. You get to pick. And then we want apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, something like that. And I want 1/4 cup of my vinegar. And then you want a teaspoon of salt. Now, when you're doing ferment or canning or just life in general, you want a salt that doesn't have any additives or preservatives. So I use Diamond Kosher salt and Redmond's Real Salt. I think y'all know that by now. And neither one of them have any additives. Morton's kosher salt does have additives. And then you get to pick some add-ins. So you could do like a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. You can do a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. And quite frankly, I think anytime you could sneak in some really nice turmeric, it's going to make it a pretty color. It's also going to be good for you. And next you want a little bit of something sweet. This is again optional. Honey, maple syrup, you could do your molasses. Now, if you do 1 teaspoon, it's just very subtle and you're still going to have that sharpness. If you do like two spoonfuls, it's going to kind of smooth that out a bit so it's not as sharp. And now that's it. That's all you have to do. Now, if you go to the recipe, there's 3 different methods. This is your base. And quite honestly, you can stop right here, let this sit on your counter for about an hour, and then pop it in your fridge. The more it sits, the longer it sits, the more it becomes a little more subtle and that spiciness breaks down. It's not as sharp, but this can just be it. You can just be done right now. If you want it thicker, add a little more mustard powder. If you want it thinner, add a little more of your liquid. Totally up to you. You could also put this in a pot on your stovetop and cook it about 3 minutes. This is going to help that kind of bump it up so that sharpness releases sooner. And if you want to use it sooner, then that's kind of the way you want to go. Or you can go the way I do it and ferment. So if you've made ketchup with me, if you've made mustard with other mustards with me, if you've made mayonnaise with me, you know I'll always ferment. And that gives them a longer shelf life. So if you do it just like this in your fridge, about 2 months. If you do it on the stovetop, about 3 months. If you ferment it, about 6 months. Now I have 2 options here to ferment mine. I have my whey from my yogurt for making yogurt cheese. You can do a tablespoon of that. But because I have this hot sauce fermenting and you can see this brine up in here, this lacto-fermented brine, I can also use that. And I think that's going to make this a very interesting taste. So this hot sauce in particular is banana peppers and pineapple. So I think that's going to be amazing. So I'm going to still a little bit of that. I'm going to set it in my fermentation jar. The coolest, darkest place that you have, 24 to 48 hours. The longer you let it sit, the more subtle the mustard is going to become. Honestly, mine set for probably 4 days because I just didn't get to it. You do not have to have one of these lids. This is an airtight, or an air lid that lets it breathe. You do not have to have one of those. You can simply do a piece of cloth. You can do a coffee filter. You just really want it to breathe and you don't want things to fall in it. That's really what's important here. And then that's it. And 48 hours, you're going to have your mustard. This one's feeling a little thick to me. So, or a little thin to me. So I might add a little more mustard powder. So here we are, another homemade natural product that you don't have to buy at the store anymore. This is how easy it is for you to make your own Dijon mustard. Get creative, have fun, play. And thanks for being here, guys. I'll see y'all later. Bye.